Hello, I hope you and your family are well today. So, let's just make this a little bit bigger. What are you going to learn today? Well, we're continuing to look at jobs. And today, we are going to be looking at finding jobs. So that's going to involve some reading and some listening. So first of all, listen to and understand words for talking about finding jobs. So you're going to listen to people talking about how they find jobs. And reading. Read and understand job adverts. And if you look at the pictures, we've got two different ways of finding jobs. Can you read what is on that sign? Job Centre Plus. Perhaps you go to the job centre to find work. And what is this? Yes, it's a newspaper. So sometimes people look in newspapers to find jobs. And you see at the top the word jobs. So you need to be able to read to understand job adverts. So let's have a look at some words to talk about jobs. I'm going to make this slightly smaller if I can. That's better. So first of all, I would like you to match pictures and words. So on this page, we have 3 pictures. 1, 2, 3. Look at the pictures carefully and then match them to the words. And we've got 3 sets of words, A, B, and C. Let's read them together. So A, go to the job centre. And B, look online. And C, ask about a job. I hope you have a pencil and paper. If not, go and get one now. And then pause the video to write your answers. So you need a number and a letter that matches. So pause the video now and write your answers. Okay, how did you get on? Okay, let's have a look at picture 1. Now, which letter did you match with picture 1? Yes, you should have had look online. And if you look at the picture carefully, what are they using in the picture? They are using a computer. So this is a way that is very popular. Lots of people look for jobs on their computer. That's what we mean by online, on the computer, using the internet. What about picture 2? You should have had C, ask about a job. So sometimes people go into buildings, into shops or companies, and speak to people. They ask if there is a job available. So 2C, 1B. Last of all, number 3. Did you read the words? Job Centre Plus matches A. Go to the job centre. So in fact, this is probably what many people do. They go to the job centre and get help. This is very useful if you find using the computer difficult. Actually go to the job centre and there will be staff there who can help you perhaps look online or talk to people about a job, perhaps even phone for you. So this is go to the job centre, 3A. How did you do? We've got some more pictures. So 4, 5 and 6, more ways of finding work. And we've got more words to match. We've got D, E and F. Same, match pictures and words together. Let's read the words. So the first one, D, send my CV. And E, read job ads. And F, fill in form. Fill in a form or fill in forms. Okay, pause the video now and write your answers. Match the numbers and the letters. How did you do? Okay, let's have a look at picture 4. Did you get that correct? What did you put? You should have had letter F. Fill in a form. Yes, this is a form. And what kind of information do you think you will fill in the form? Yes, details of your name, address, that kind of information. We call it an application form. You're applying for a job, you fill in an application form with your details. Okay, so 4F. Now 5, if you know what this is, this picture here, that's right, it's a post box. So hopefully you matched D, send. You send letters and parcels and forms through the post and you use a post box. So send my CV. Now a CV is something that we use for jobs where we write down our work experience from before and we write down our education from before, which school or college or university we went to and the qualifications that we achieved. All that kind of information goes on a CV, talking about your life, what you did before. So 5D. And then the last one, number 6. Can you recognise that picture? Yes, it's a newspaper. So it's going to match E, read job ads. And in local newspapers, there are often local jobs. National newspapers too have jobs. Okay, let's move on. So we've looked at some words to do with finding jobs, and we're going to do some listening now. Listen to people, or 2 ladies, talking about how they find jobs. So you're going to listen and you're going to write down your answer on the paper. And the answers will just be some of these pictures. Not all of them, just some of the pictures, okay? So if you want to pause the video and just remind yourself of what these pictures are, do that now. And then I'm going to play the video, I'm going to play the recording twice for you to listen to and write down your answers. Now the first lady's name is Aisha. Listen to Aisha. How does she find a job? I'm going to play it twice for you to write down her answers. So write her name first, Aisha, and then write the numbers. Which ones does she use to find a job? Which picture? Or pictures, more than one, I think.
I'm Aisha. I like cooking and I want to be a chef. I was a chef in my country. I go to the job center on Mondays and Wednesdays and I read the job ads. Sometimes I go into shops and offices. I ask about jobs.
I will play that once more, so listen again carefully.
I'm Aisha. I like cooking and I want to be a chef. I was a chef in my country. I go to the job center on Mondays and Wednesdays and I read the job ads. Sometimes I go into shops and offices. I ask about jobs.
Okay, so let's find out about Aisha. What answers did you write down? You should have had number 3. She goes to the job centre on Mondays and Wednesdays. Did you get that? Number 3. And number 6, she reads job adverts. And number 2, she goes into shops and offices to ask about jobs. So you should have had number 2, number 3, and number 6 for Aisha. Okay, let's see if we can move to the next slide. You're going to listen to another lady now, and her name is Mia. You're going to listen to Mia. How does she find a job? I will play the recording twice, and you need to write down once again the numbers that Mia talks about. So listen carefully and write your answers on paper.
I'm Mia. I like driving. I want to be a delivery driver. I go to the job center every week. I look online for jobs. If I see a job I like, I fill in forms and I send my CV.
Okay, let's listen again.
I'm Mia. I like driving. I want to be a delivery driver. I go to the job center every week. I look online for jobs. If I see a job I like, I fill in forms and I send my CV.
Okay, so what did you find out about Mia? How did she find a job? Okay, yes, that's right. Number one, she looks online, so she uses the computer, but she looks online at the job centre. She goes to the job centre to do that, so perhaps she gets some help. So that's 1 and 3. And if she sees the job that she's interested in, that's right, she fills in a form, an application form, and she sends her CV. So you should have had number 1, number 3, number 4, and number 5 for Mia. How did you do? Okay, so that was our focus on listening to people. Now we're going to focus on reading job adverts. And we said that we could find information where? That's correct. We can find it online, or we could find it in a newspaper. We could read in a newspaper. So we do need to be able to read and understand job adverts. So let's have a look. Have a look at the picture first. That might help you work out which job we're talking about. Did you recognize the job? Yes, it's a chef. So this is chef wanted. And we've got this word, these words here, which is full time. What does that mean, full time? That means 35 hours a week. Perhaps it might be 5 days a week, or it might be perhaps 3 days, but longer hours. Around about 35 hours a week or more for full time. And this word beginning with P is permanent. Permanent. And what does this mean? This means it could start this year in 2020, next year, and go on. There's no stop date. It's permanent, year after year. So it's full-time job, 35 hours a week, permanent, it's going to go on year after year, and it's for pizza shop. And there's a little bit more information at the bottom of the job advert. When will this person work? The chef, afternoons and evenings. And then how much will he earn or she earn? £8.55 per hour. And this per means each, every hour. That person will earn £8.55. And if you are interested in this job, what do you need to do? You need to send. Do you remember that word send? So you've got the post box. So you need to send through the post your CV to, and there's an address here, an email address. Okay, info@pizzatime42.co.uk. This is an email address. So you send your CV. Do you remember? With the CV, it's information about what you did before, work before, and education before, qualifications. Just going to make this slightly bigger so you can see me more clearly, that's better. Okay, now we have another job. Can you recognize, looking at the picture, which job this is? Perhaps you can recognise what this is too. That's correct. It's a driver. And here we have a van behind him. Do you know what kind of driver? What's he got in his arm? It looks like a parcel. So a delivery driver. Let's read the job advert. So it says drivers wanted. This time, part-time, evenings. What does part-time mean? This means less than 35 hours. There might be 30 or 20 or 10. That's part-time. And this word beginning with T is temporary. Temporary. What does that mean? Well, if you look here, we've got start 01/20, start January 2020, and finish 03/20, finish March 20. So that's January, February, March, 3 months work for this job. So this is not permanent, this is temporary. It's a short time. We've got a start time and we've got a finish time. Finishes at a certain date. That's what temporary means. And how much? £8.20 per hour, each hour. If you are interested in this job, for more information, you can telephone and speak to Tom on, and here we have a telephone number. Okay. So this time you are going to have a look at the job and fill in a table with information. You're going to do some reading, the information about the job, and write your answers using this table. Let's have a look at the table first. So again, we've got the job name, so the name of the job. So look at the picture, that will help you. Read the words, that will help you to fill in this table. So you need to write the job name. Is it full-time or part-time? Write your answer here. How much? There's a pound sign there. How much is it per hour? How much does the person earn per hour? Is it temporary or permanent? If you are interested, do you need to telephone or send your CV through the post using the post box? So I'm going to ask you to pause the video and to write down your answers after you have read the information. You're going to write your answers and then we will check in the next slide. So pause the video now and write answers for each of these sections of the table, each of these boxes. Job name, full-time or part-time, how much per hour, temporary or permanent, telephone or send CV. Pause now. How did you do? I've got the answers here so you can check your writing. So, first of all, the job name. Cleaner. Yes, at the top it says cleaners needed. And if you look at the picture, it's a picture of a cleaner. Full-time or part-time? But if you looked carefully, you could have matched, you could have found that P for part-time, mornings only. So no afternoons, no evenings, just mornings. Rate of pay. So how much does the cleaner earn per hour? And again, you could have looked at the pound sign, found the pound sign here, and it's £6.52 each hour, per hour. Temporary or permanent? And again, if you look for those words in the job advert, you should have found it here, beginning with T, temporary. And we've got another T here, telephone. Do you need to telephone? Yes, it says for more information, telephone Sam on, and then there's a telephone number. So you could have either said yes, or you can actually write the telephone number. Send your CV through the post. Did you find that word anywhere in the job advert, CV? No, there's no CV in this information here. How did you do? Okay, so we have another job advert to read and to write answers for. Okay, let's have a look again. So you need to write the job name for this picture and information. Full-time or part-time. Again, how much rate of pay, how much per hour do you earn? Temporary or permanent? If you are interested, do you telephone for more information or send CV if you are interested? So again, use the picture to help you and read very carefully the words. Have a look, see if they match any of the words in the table, and then write down your answers. So pause the video now, read and write down your answers. Okay, how did you do? Let's check. So for the job name, you should have had packer. You look at the picture and you look at the top, the actual title of the advert, and it says packers for factory. Packers for factory. Did you know that word, factory? Perhaps you've worked before in a factory, a big building where lots of people are packing goods. It could be tins, it could be paper, it could be all sorts of things that you pack in boxes to be sent to different companies or shops. And full-time or part-time. So you needed to try and find those words in the job advert, and if you look here, it says full-time. And then how much per hour? So you're looking for the pound sign here. We've got £7.10 per hour, each hour. That's what you would earn. Is it temporary, start a certain time or finish a certain time? Or is it permanent, goes on year after year? If you look, it says temporary. So it's going to start at a certain time and finish at a certain time. Might be 1 year, might be 3 months, don't know. And if you are interested in the job, are you going to telephone? Can you find that word in the advert? Yes, there's the word there, telephone. And then there's a telephone number for more information. If you need to find out more information about this job, you need to telephone. And we have the number written down here. You could have written yes or the number. And send your CV. Can you see those letters anywhere? No. No CV. But it does say you can telephone for more information and an application form. So if you are interested, they will send you an application form for you to fill in details, your name, your address, perhaps previous experience, work experience. Okay. That's the end of today's lesson. We were looking at listening to people, talking about how they find jobs, and reading job adverts, reading online on a computer, or reading in a newspaper. And next time we will look at other ways of getting jobs, finding jobs, preparing to get a job. Thank you. Bye-bye.